We're just gonna go until Frankie starts the song. And the song, our new closeout song.
Closeout.
We're gonna have 2 minutes to go at that point.
You know, I gotta tell you, I'm
gonna go back to the neurologist.
Okay, yeah, you go back. No,
No,
because I was gonna make the comment that I'm finding great joy in the fact that, like, Frank had 2 newbie errors this week.
It's Monday. We're human, we're robots. So this is good. People around here actually think that I am a robot, some sort of a cyborg. So this is good that I make mistakes because I need to move around.
That's a good point.
Hey, and you know what? We're supposed to make mistakes. We're human beings. Anyways,
What you said.
neuroplasticity. Go for it.
But did you get the point? Did y'all get the point? That the only reason we're mostly plastic, we're mostly adaptable when we're young is because we don't carry as many definitions.
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
Think about that for a second. That's a massively important point. That we actually can change, adapt, grow, evolve at any point in life. What's retarding that is the definitions we're carrying about ourselves.
Right.
And our prospects and our potential and our capacity. Young people don't carry those same definitions.
So am I right that the reason you're looping Meatball into this is because as a dog, he doesn't hold definitions of himself?
This is my point. So I'm not professing to think that everybody's listening and watching right now listens and watches every week. So I'm going to retell the story just a little bit,
Right.
okay? About 3 weeks ago, a little less, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Okay?
Gosh, it's only 2 weeks.
Carrie's away with Maya. You're on the West Coast. Me and Chase and our daughter-in-law Lily are home. And Meatball, our 3-year-old pup, just starts limping one day. Now you gotta know this dog. The dog's a suck. He's an absolute suck in the cutest way possible. So when he starts limping, all he wants to do is to go into his crate. He's a little crate.
Look at your day.
So he kind of spends a day and a bit mostly in his crate. He comes out to eat, he comes out to go to the bathroom. Just the usual routine, but otherwise it's a slight limp. It's not even a big limp, right? But about a day and a half into that limp, all of a sudden, his entire posture changes. And now you can see in his eyes that he has like anxiety. His posture changes, he's got anxiety, right? Well, the next night, you call us because you are dealing with an online vet. Chase and I have to take Meatball to an emergency 24-hour vet, and it's like midnight. And he's bad. Now all of a sudden he can't walk.
Yeah.
He is in absolute pain. He can't walk, can't move comfortably at all. It's hard to even pick him up because no matter what position you put him in, he seems uncomfortable. So we have to, call an Uber, and Uber takes us to the vet. And Meatball is not comfortable. He's got those big brown eyes. He's looking at you like he's terrified. It was the saddest thing. Vet tells us he's got intravertebral disc disease. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it right there, okay? Next morning, by the way, was the biggest heartache because he pooed himself at night. We had to put him in the shower. It was just horrible. Anyways, the prognosis is not good. He may never walk again.
Right.
He needs a $20,000 surgery, but the surgery is not guaranteed to work at all.
Right.
Says
Or
the
avoid
vet.
it happening again.
Or avoid it happening again, says the vet. So now we don't even know what we're dealing with. Is this permanent? Is it temporary? What's going on? Here's the thing. Dogs don't have the same cognitive abilities that humans do. You know what I'm saying? And this is what a great way to end the show on how you're holding yourself stuck. You wanna put more lives into your life. You gotta look in the mirror and recognize where you're keeping yourself stuck with definitions and wanting things too quickly and not knowing yourself well enough. Dogs don't cognate the way we do. They don't think the way we do, right? All of a sudden, the next couple of days, Meatball starts feeling better. You can tell. Okay, now here's the thing. We're 2 weeks in, just under 2 weeks in.
2 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks tomorrow.
Yeah.
He still has no use of his back legs. None. But I'm telling you right now, if you were in our house with us, you would see a happy, vibrant dog who has taught himself to scoot.
Oh, he's so cute.
We actually affectionately call him Scooter now because it took him about 1 day when he started feeling all the way. He's not in pain anymore at all because when a dog's in pain,
Yeah.
He's in no pain.
Right.
He has no use of his back legs. He taught himself to scoot. And you watched him trial and error it for about an hour until he got it. And now, just with his front paws, he crawls himself along the floor or on the grass. So great we moved out here. He's got a big backyard now.
Yeah.
But the point I'm raising is, how many adults would still be stuck in a chair?
Right. Yeah.
How many adults would still be stuck in bed? Simply because they chose to define themselves as never being able to walk again, and therefore this is now their reality.
Yeah, 100%.
He, as a dog, he doesn't have that cognitive capacity. So as soon as the pain went away, he just figured it out.
Yeah, 100%.
And now we actually can't keep him still.
And he's fast.
The guy just scoots around the house. But I hope that wasn't like a fairy tale silliness. I hope you get my point.
I think it's a great point.
The dog doesn't have a definition of himself. He could use 4 legs 3 weeks ago. He can't now, whatever.
Right.
He's just going to figure it out.
Right. Yeah.
That's the point.
You know, we could summarize it by saying be more meatball.
Be more
Right.
meatball.
You know,
Hashtag that.
a kind of an interesting story along that line. A good friend of ours, their daughter, she's 18 years old, got hit by a car.
Yep.
And thankfully, she was biking. Thankfully, she's okay, except for her foot. She has some pretty significant damage to her foot. Now, she is also a fitness competitor and supposed to be getting on stage, I want to say April. I think she's supposed to be getting on stage in April. Now, if you don't know this, you wear heels on stage.
Yeah.
And she is bandaged and cut to the bone, stuff like that, right? The reason I'm saying this is because they did a whole video the other day about how she hobbled herself into the gym just because her foot is damaged doesn't mean she doesn't have an upper body. She can move, right? And she's adapting to what her current experience is, right?
Yep.
And I know, like, guys, like, I swear, I'm not trying to like point fingers at you if this is you. But like, hopefully this is an inspiration to recognize that you can break the mold on the definition you're carrying for yourself.
Yeah.
I know people who have broken toes, and I can't go to the gym for 3 weeks.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yes.
It's like an injury does not prevent you from training something else, right?
Yep.
And that's just one example. Meatball's just one example, right? But the whole point is that your definitions and the story that you're telling yourself about all of that stuff is the reason you're not having more lives in your life.
That's the breakdown.
Right?
That's the secret sauce. And by the way, to finish the story, I guess, we actually don't know if Meatball will ever walk normally again. Yeah. We have no idea if he'll ever regain use of his back legs. The prognostication is going the right direction, meaning he's not in pain anymore. Now he's mobile. He likes to move around, probably more than we want him to. Yeah. And even as, I think the first time was last night, he started, you could see it. He was trying to put pressure on his back legs. Yeah. You can see, I mean, he still has no, he has what they call deep pain. Right. So if you really squeeze a toe on his back foot, he feels that. He doesn't like that. Right. So he's got deep pain. Right. But, you know, he doesn't have, I can't do it on radio, obviously, but his back feet are like, they flip-flop.
They're floppy.
They're flop. Like he doesn't know how to straighten them out or anything. Right. But if you put his feet in the right place, like this morning while he was eating breakfast, you can see him trying to push through his back legs. Right. So everything's going the right direction. We still don't know if he's ever going to be able to use them again. But you know what? He doesn't care. Yeah. You can see he doesn't care. Right. And I like the way you phrase that. I know you're not being condescending, but we know people who've got broken toes, and that means they can't get out of bed for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? I'm sorry to interrupt. Okay. If something can stop, if something can stop you, then something else will.
Everything will. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something to consider.
100%. You know, I mean, look, we're just on another topic, right? Like, we're rolling, and we're gonna end the show in a few minutes. But like, it kind of comes around to that, like, how do you define yourself? Don't attach to it. but sink in to becoming what you want to be.
Yes.
And then adapt along the way.
Yep.
Like, be adaptable along the way so that you can go after what it is that you want to create in this lifetime for yourself.
Yeah.
There are no limits. Like, I don't like the rhetoric of limitless living and all that stuff, even though I agree with it. But the reason I don't like the rhetoric of it is because I think so many people preach the rhetoric but don't lean into it, right?
Yeah, they love the saying.
Right. So as with every show, take what you need from the show. Take the bit of inspiration that you're like, gosh, yes, I'm gonna be more meatball.
Be more
right?
meatball.
And
By the way,
lean into that.
I just wanted to, because we're waiting for our new end of show song. But if you're watching on Facebook Live, put in the comments, what was the biggest takeaway for you today?
Right.
Because I want to use that as talking points as we kind of round this show out. You know what I'm kind of hoping?
Right.
I feel bad saying this. Look, I don't care if Meatball ever gets his back legs use back.
Right.
I don't care either way.
Yeah.
As long as he's happy, I'm indifferent.
Uh-huh.
But a little bit I hope he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But only because I really want to get him one of those doggy wheelchairs
Yeah.
where you strap his back legs into a cart that has wheels,
Mm-hmm.
you put him on a leash, and you walk him around the neighborhood
Yeah.
with just his little front paws. That's
I know,
awesome.
right? We're gonna get him a little cart. So exciting. Also, I just realized that I ordered Amazon stuff to the wrong address.
Is it going to Miami?
Yes, it is. Oh well, c'est la vie.
Was it important? Well, here's the important. Is it for me?
No, it wasn't for you. It was my bronzing oil.
Oh, we're going tanning.
Well, I was. No. I just got a notification and I was like, oh wait, I think I messed that up.
We can take a 3-hour drive back up there just to get your bronzer.
Not for something that costs $14. It's okay, I'm good.
Gary Carrillo, by the way, who's watching us on Facebook Live from Montreal, says his favorite part today was about the meatball part.
It's amazing.
It is. What?
Yeah, we're ready. Okay, we're ready.
Thank you, we're ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You guys heard it now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is one.
It's kind of tropical. Now we can't hear it.
Where'd it go? What's going on over there, Frank?
Should be over here.
There it is. I like this.
Remember, it's made so you talk over it.
This is like I'm bringing
But
in.
we're listening to it.
This is like our end of show vibey song.
I know that song and I can't remember the name of it. What is
I
it?
love this.
For the rainbow.
Aww.
You know what? It's Amigo and both you and Tank and Amigo. Perfect
That
choice.
just made me happy.
Perfect choice.
Somewhere over.
I'm like, no, you can't do that to the end. You know, that would be something very.
Subtle,
I love it.
positive, and vibey. You know what, Frank? I don't know when COVID's going to allow this. But Karen and I have been talking that maybe when COVID allows, once a month we can come up to Miami and do a show live.
Sounds good to us.
Yeah, we miss y'all. Just because we moved doesn't mean you're gonna get rid of us.
Ooh. I love this. I love this closeout song. I hope. I see Mama Drops loves the song. It's a great choice. This was a fun episode.
It was.
We'll come back next Monday, but I think we should talk to Amigo and Tank about getting on schedule to go up to Miami once a month to do a show live from studio.
As soon as we get the go-ahead, we can organize it.
I say we do that.
I'll talk in his ear.
You're the best.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for watching and or listening wherever you are in the world. It's always a pleasure to spend a couple hours with you. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We'll be back next Monday
Yes, we will.
on the historic Slam Radio, SiriusXM 145. Signing off. This has been Eliminating Limits with